Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you the basics of Google Drive and how to organize your Google Drive. The first thing that I'm going to show you how to do is this right here is the old look of Google Drive, and they have a new Google Drive, and I feel like the new Google Drive is easier to maneuver and manipulate, and it looks a little bit more like it would on a Windows-based machine. So to enable the new Google Drive, you go over to this gear here, and you click the gear, and you say, experience the new drive. And once you do that, it's going to take a minute here for all my files to reorganize. But once you do that, all your files will come up, and you will now have the new drive look. Okay, this is the new drive, and as you can see on top I have all of these little boxes, and these little boxes are folders within my Google Drive, and then these files that are underneath are all just individual files. If you can see in my folder or in my drive, I have the different files that I have in this drive. Right here, this blue one is a Google Doc document. This one right here is a spreadsheet, a Google Sheet document, and you can tell those by the different icons that are on each one of the documents that are listed below. This one here is a Google Drawing. This one here is just an image that I've uploaded. So in this Google Drive, you can upload Word files, you can upload Excel files, you can upload JPEGs, you can upload PDFs. So you can really use this as cloud storage for a lot of your files that you have. Here you can see I have a PDF. This one right here is a Google form that you create and people fill in, and then the answers go in a automatic spreadsheet that's included with that Google form. Okay, so enough about the different types of files that you can store in your drive. The first thing that I'd like to cover is how to create a new folder in Google Drive. So to do that, you go to New, and you say Folder, and then you get this box that comes up that says Name Your Folder, and for this one I'm just going to do Test Folder for Demo, and then you just click Create. And once you do that, now these folders are all in alphabetical order, and so my new folder came in and it's been created right here. The next thing that I want to show you is how to create a folder within a folder. So that's fairly simple. You just double click on your folder, and now you're going to open up here you can see I'm in Test Folder for Demo. And these are all the files that I have in it. Okay, obviously I just created this folder, so I don't have any files in it. So now I'm going to go to New, and I'm going to say Folder, and I'm going to say Test 1. And when I do this and I click Create, I have now created a Test 1 folder within my Test folder for Demo. So if I was to double click on this, I would open up that folder, and you can see up here I have Test Folder for Demo, and that now I'm in the Test 1 folder, which is inside this folder, which is inside my drive. So to switch back to the root of your Google Drive, there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can click over here to My Drive, or you could come over here to My Drive, and it's going to bring you back to the root. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm just going to click here, and now this will bring us back to the root of My Drive. To create a document within My Drive, you would click New, and here's how you would upload documents. You can upload a document by a single file, or you can do an entire folder. So if you have a folder of files on your desktop and you want to upload that entire folder, you can simply do that by clicking the Folder Up link and browsing to that folder on your desktop, and it will allow you to open up that or upload that entire folder. Right here is how I'm going to create a new Google Doc. Okay, so my Google Doc is up, and now you can just start typing. I'm going to just type this is a test. Nope. This is just my read write for Google permissions. They must have upgraded it. And so with the changes that they made, it came up and asked me for authorization. So I just did that. This is my Google read write bar. Just going to get rid of that. So this is okay, so I have my document here. This is my new document. It just says this is a test, and I'm basically creating this document because I want to show you how to move a document into a folder. So I'm going to just come up here and I'm going to name it so I know what this document is, and I just did that by coming up to the title bar where it says Untitled Document and clicking, and then it will give me this box, and I can now name this document, and I'm just going to call this test number 1, so that way I know what the name of my document I'm looking for is. Okay, so now this document has been created, and if I close up my Google Doc and I go back into my Google Drive, I can scroll down and I am going to see this document called test number 1. I might have to refresh here. I'm just going to click this. My internet's running a little bit slow. Okay, let me scroll down. Okay, and there is my test number 1. Okay, so now I want to take that test number 1 and I want to move it into the folder that I just created for demonstration purposes. So to do that, I am going to click on the document, which I've already done. I can tell because it's selected in blue here. And then I'm going to click with my right mouse button and I'm going to say Move To. And then I'm going to scroll down and find the folder that I want to move it to, which was Test for Demo. So I'm going to click there, and then notice that this folder is now highlighted, and I'm just going to click Move. And when I do that, my file disappears from my main Google Drive screen. And if I scroll up and click on Test for Demo, that file will now appear in that folder. So you can see I have test number 1 here. Okay, so that's one way to move files into your Google Drive. There's a couple other ways that I'm going to show you. Another way that you can move files into your Google Drive is you can click on the file and then you can come up here to More Actions and say Move To. And then the same list will appear and you can pick the folder that you want to move it to. Where is that folder? Right here. And you can click Move and then it will move. So if I go into my folder now, I have this copy of 2014-2015. I'm going to just move that back because I don't want to have it there. So my drive up here is already highlighted, and that's where I want to actually host that file. So when I delete this folder in the end, I don't accidentally delete that file. So then I just click Move, and it will put, now if I go back over to my drive, it's back in the root of my drive. Another way that you can move files is you can click on a file and you can just drag it and drop it if you can see it, and it will automatically go in there. And notice now that file is back into my test folder for demo. So I'm going to just move it back one more time. And like I said, my drive is already highlighted here, so I'm just going to click move. And now my file is back in the My Drive right here. Okay, so to share a folder, you can simply, if you notice here on these folders, there's like a little person there. What I can do is I can share this folder with a group of people. And when I share this folder with a group of people, it will allow any files that I put in there, those people to either see or to be able to edit, depending on what I set up to allow them for access. So I can click on this folder and I can say share folder. And then I can enter the people that I want to share this folder with. Okay, and when I add those people that I want to share this folder with, then I can tell them what I want, what rights I want to give them. Do I want to be able to have them edit the files that are in this folder, or do I just want them to be able to view them? Edit's going to allow them to make changes, and view, obviously, they can only see them. To add another person to this list, all you would do is just type in another address, and you can add as many people as you want to this. Then all you do is say send, and when you say send, it says, are you sure? You are sending an invitation to these people, and anyone that holds this invitation will have access to it. And I'm just going to say yes for this purpose. And now if you notice here, in a minute, I will get my little people up here, and this folder will be shared. If I look at one of these other folders here, I'll show you while that's taking a minute to refresh itself. I'll show you what it looks like when you actually share a folder with somebody. When you have a folder that's shared, it will come up here and you will see who this folder is shared with. Maybe. I'm just going to quickly refresh here because it doesn't seem to be refreshing itself. Okay, so now you can see that it refreshed itself. Right here I have this test folder and my little person's on there, so now I know that that folder is shared. Let's double click this bus documents folder. Okay, there we go. And it just took a little bit. I don't know why it took so long. The internet just must be slower. Maybe they're doing something with Google. But so right here, I can tell that I am the owner of this folder, and that if I hover my mouse over here, it will show you who this folder is shared with. And you can just see by just simply moving your mouse button, you don't have to click or anything. And now you can see that this folder is shared and who it's shared with. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the My Drive, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when you move a document into a folder that's been shared. So if I come here and I click and I just drag this into this folder, it tells me that moving this file will share it with everyone who can see the folder, test folder for demo. Is this okay? So basically what this is telling me is I gave people the right to view the contents that are in this folder. By moving this document in there, they're automatically going to be able to see this document. I don't have to go in and share this document on its own. It's already shared because it's in that shared folder. So if I just say OK here, then when you come in here, this document is now moved, and these people here will have the ability to view that document or edit that document as well. All right, so now I'm going to just take and I'm going to move this back to my root of my drive because that's where I wanted. I don't want to delete it. So when you click move, it says other users will no longer be able to see this file that's in because you're taking it out of this folder. Is that okay? And you can just say yes, and then they will no longer have access to view that folder. So that is as simple as that. So now that you have all these files and folders, maybe you want to get rid of a file or a folder. So if you decide that you want to do that, you just can click on this, and then up here is this little trash can, and you can say remove, and that deletes your file. And it's the same way with a folder, and now that folder has been removed as well. And if I go back to my drive, I can take and I can click on this folder, and I can say remove, and now that folder is removed as well. Another thing that you can do is you can change the color of your folders, and to do that you can click on your folder, and then you come up here and you can say on these three little dots, and you can say change color, and then you can pick whatever color you want, and when you hop back you'll see that that little folder is now a different color. And you can do that maybe to organize it, or maybe there's something that's really important that you use all the time and you want it to catch your eye. You could use the colors for that. Another thing that you can do is you can add stars to a folder. So when you do this and you say, let me go back for a minute here, back to my drive. If you click on a folder and you want to star it, you can come over here and you can say add a star. And this is another way of separating your folders. When you do this, if you go to starred folders, now you can see my Lucid Press folder is starred, and it'll sort only the ones that are starred. To remove a star from a folder, you just click and you say remove the star, and then your starred folders are no longer there. So that's the basics of Google Drive. I hope that this helped, and I hope you learned a lot. Have a great day.